We're going to rank the top 10 most iconic 1970s football rookie cards. And at the end of the video, I'm going to chase one of the top rookie cards from the 70s in a set break. So stay tuned for that.
Rips and Brews, card rip spear sips. Rips and Brews, featuring vintage sport flips and king of pennants. Pennants, 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 pennants. Rips and Brews, card rip spear sips. Rips and Brews, featuring vintage sport flips and king of pennants.
Welcome in the Rips and Brews. Rips and Brews is usually a card ripping channel, but we've been delving more into some of the nostalgic cards of our past. And today we're going to be ranking the top 10 most iconic football rookie cards of the 1970s. And not necessarily the most valuable 10. I mean, that might, there's going to be some correlation there, right, Andy? But, I mean, more iconic or ones we remember from our childhood.
Yeah, it's funny because I think this group of, like, for the most part, like, I remember these players, but they didn't play a lot during, like, my formative years of football knowledge or anything like that. So certainly I know some of them and stuff like that, but those that had a decently long career played into the 80s, maybe more when I was watching, but a lot of them probably were a little before our time too. But I think we know them just as being football fans as a whole.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I know I had a lot of these cards on the list. They were like some of my favorite cards as a kid, but like you said, we didn't see them at least in their heyday. Some of the guys from the late 70s, we probably saw a lot, but the early 70s, definitely not. So, and not only that, we're going to rank that top 10 list, but at the end of the video, I'm going to open a 1976 Topps set break.
Ooh, okay.
Chasing one of the early cards on this list, perhaps.
Of course.
So
I think there's a couple out of there that you may be chasing.
So 14 cards in this box.
Okay.
At least 2 Hall of Famers. And we'll talk about the cards we could hit here coming up shortly. So that's going to be the end of the video.
Yeah.
Don't leave. You want to stay tuned for that. Hoping I add a nice little grail to my collection.
There you go.
All right. So, Andy, maybe I should start it off since you started off the last time.
So fair's fair.
Yeah. So, all right. I mean, easily, I think the number one on this list is pretty easy. Yeah. I mean, I think this card is one of the most graded vintage football cards there is.
Yeah,
across all football cards. I'm going to go 1976 Topps, Sweetness himself, Walter Payton rookie card.
Yep.
This was one of my favorite cards I had as a kid, and I mean it had a lot of value back then. That was like the grail that everyone wanted. I mean we grew up. We were both born in 76, so 85. We were like 10 years old, and that Super Bowl shuffle, Chicago Bears 85 Super Bowl team was legendary, and obviously Payton is a massive part of that team.
Yeah.
So in the mid 80s, Walter Payton was the biggest deal in the NFL. I mean, that was the guy. So again, having his rookie card as a kid was awesome. And like I said, the most graded card there is in vintage football, a PSA 9, going to set you back, probably on average $5,000 for a PSA 9, and PSA 9 for 76. We did PSA 9 as our number last week, but I would say maybe for 7. 7 is probably a something more attainable for a 70s card. Still an $800 card and a 7.
Yeah.
788 exactly on average. So
I mean, $5,000 is nothing to sneeze at, of course, but I'm a little surprised that in a 9 that it's actually kind of that low. Because I think there's other cards certainly in this time frame in the 70s that not as good a player by any means, but is more expensive. And I think that's probably due to the fact that there are so many of them out there and they're so graded and stuff. So there's probably a lot more kind of to choose from.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot out there for options for people, for sure.
Yeah. That's probably one of the, the most graded cards early on. Even when people weren't really grading cards, I bet that was graded a lot in comparison. So,
and that's what I'm chasing here at the end of the video. So stay tuned. Hopefully we hit one of them.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah. That's, obviously that's number one overall. I don't think anybody would argue with that. I'm going to go. So number 2, I got to go OJ Simpson, honestly. I know it's he didn't have the sort of the career after football. After football,
Yeah, briefly he did.
briefly
Yeah,
had a
Hertz
great career.
commercials and
Yeah,
Naked Gun.
gun commercial. Yeah, not commercials, but Naked Gun. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of an iconic card, I think, too.
Yeah.
Again, it's that's a 1970, so really kind of the just breaking into that genre, or not genre, but that age. So the way I saw it too, I don't know, maybe you can tell me what you picked up on a 9, but that's like $4,500. So that's kind of the thing too. Like I would thought Walter Payton was probably a little more desirable than OJ, and he is slightly, but yeah, I have a PSA 9 of $4,500 for his rookie card. So
yeah, and a 7 is $250. So that 7's attainable. And I will say I had an OJ rookie as a kid as well, and that was like that was the
Cool
definitely
card, yeah.
second on the list. I mean, that was second on the. But I will say a lot of lists I looked at, OJ was well down the list.
Mhm.
But I agree. I would have picked it too. I think maybe people might disagree with OJ's too, but that was my pick in this spot as well. Because it's a classic card, and I wonder, looking back at that in like 93, 94 time frame during the whole white Bronco chase, you know, the card market was not the same at that time period, but what were his cards getting a spike at that time? You probably were, right? The trial.
Yeah, I mean, any sort of kind of information or anything that's going on around him and bad or good usually spikes cards up. So
yeah, I bet there was a spike. I don't remember. I mean, I was in high school and then college during the trial, so I was not paying attention to cards much at that point, but it would be interesting to look back and see what the market did.
Yeah.
But yeah, great card. I mean, it's I think it belongs at that 2 spot. Number 3, I'm gonna go to a 1971 Topps. First quarterback on the list, and running backs dominated.
Yeah,
I think early football more than quarterbacks. That changed, you know, especially modern day. Quarterbacks are everything in cards. But I'm gonna go Terry Bradshaw.
Yep,
Terry Bradshaw. Yeah, 71 Topps. This card value wise probably gonna be higher on the list.
Yep.
Than anything we drafted. But we drafted iconic cards, not necessarily value. But his card in 9 is pretty crazy, right, Andy? It's like
I think I've seen like 29, almost $30,000 in some cases. So
yeah, $33,000 on average for a PSA 9.
Yeah,
and it's earlier, but you know it's a year later than OJ.
Yeah,
and OJ was only $5,000.
That's what I'm saying. There's not always a rhyme or reason. Maybe these could be shorter prints or something too. Who knows? I don't know the real full dynamics of that card,
true.
But that he certainly has to be, I think, number 3. For sure.
And a 7 for Bradshaw is still a little over $1,000 for a 7. Yeah. So, and it's a great looking set too.
And I wonder, I mean, some of it maybe it's just the difficulty in grading those cards too. Maybe 71 was a little harder to grade. 72, you know, there's either, you know, printing was off or centering, things like that. All that can be a major thing where you really limit the supply of those higher end cards, like the higher graded cards. So
yeah, probably his card particularly being an all red card, probably similar to the 86 Topps we talked about last week, where you have a lot of area for flaws in grading when there's an all red border like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay. And I will say, looking back at these first 3 picks, these cards are much more attractive than a lot of the 80s rookies, right? These are big face. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was, when I was going through some of these too, I was like, yeah, these are really kind of the cards that I remember growing up with and saying these are what cards should look like type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's, you know, it's completely different. You know, you have the chrome cards, chromatic, all that stuff. You know, there's stuff inside the cards, anything like that. Like there's so much difference in variety to cards now that you really don't see it. Of course, some of them are even going back there and sort of printing reprints of new players on old cards. But it's just not the same, I don't think. So
yeah, I agree.
Okay. So I'm going to go with the second quarterback. There's a fair amount of quarterbacks in here that you could pick from. But I'm going to go with kind of an older vintage, 1972. I'm going to go with Roger Staubach. I mean, this I would say this decade, there are two teams in here that are pretty dominant in terms of players, like Hall of Fame players that people collect. Dallas is one of them. I mean, it's not tons and tons of them. There's another team that is clearly well represented. I think that we may have some picks. First, we already took it, so yeah, Steelers obviously the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1972. I think it's an older Staubach, right? Because he fought in the war.
He was in the Navy.
The Navy
for 4 years maybe, and then came back to the NFL. So I don't know how old he was.
Yeah, 20s, probably one of the older rookies, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, his graded 9. I don't know if you had it, but I have it roughly $21,000 for a PSA 9. I'm sure a 7 will be probably where Terry Bradshaw is as well.
Yeah, 22,000 on average. 7 is like 800. I'm sorry, 615 on average for 7.
Not bad.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a gap here after Staubach. I feel like he's sort of like the next tier down. If you're looking
there's a gap, I think, between the first 3, and even Staubach, I think, was probably a bit, off of the first 3.
Yeah.
But now I think it's really like a variety of cards that you could have here. And it's really about preference of what cards really meant a lot to you.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go. What number are we on here, Andy? We're number 5, right?
5. Yeah.
Yeah. So number 5, I'm going to go back to 1971 Topps. Again, I love the look of that set. A very colorful set, reminiscent for me of the 75 Topps in baseball. Great. I like a colorful set. And I'm going to go to the first defensive player we've taken, Mean Joe Green, 1971 Topps rookie. Again, another Steeler. So we're staying on the
Yep.
the Steelers. There's a lot of Steelers in this list. They were a dominant team in the 70s. But another card that has like pretty wild value and high grade.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a 10, at least in my little brief research here.
Yeah.
$22,000 average in a PSA 9. A 7.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
A 7 is like $500, a little over $500.
Okay. I thought Joe Green was 73, but maybe you're right. Okay.
No, he's 71.
Okay, gotcha. Because I think I looked up a 73 and it was like 25. It was 20 grand.
Really?
It's expensive. Yeah. No, Joe Green definitely on my list. I think, again, like, from probably 6 to 10 now, 5 to 10, there's really could be anybody.
Yeah.
And in probably no particular order, honestly, because I don't think I would. These are a little tougher to rank from here on out. But number 6 for me is Earl Campbell. So 1979. I love that card. Just kind of, and like the allure of him. I know he really didn't. He didn't have a long, illustrious career, but some of the most iconic runs, I think, of any, running back then, with a jersey ripping off, just a beast of a guy. Like,
what year was that one?
It's 1979, I believe, is what I show.
Okay.
So in a PSA 9, it's somewhat affordable. So, I mean, this is, again, like you're at sort of a different sort of time frame. So PSA 9 is like $650, I'm saying. I mean, definitely affordable.
I have 700 average, and the 7 is very, very affordable. It's only like $60 in the 7.
Yeah. So this is actually one I'm going to definitely pick up, because I definitely remember like having this card briefly. That was absolutely mangled. That for some reason I know it was just like, just looked like, put through the ringer, like rounded corners, all that stuff. But so that'll be on my list of actually ones. I don't think I'm going to be getting a Bradshaw or Staubach in a 9 anytime soon, but I might pick up an Earl and maybe not in a 9, but maybe 8. 8 could maybe get for $100. Who knows?
We talked about Christian Okoye last week being like a kind of running back we don't see anymore. Earl Campbell's very Okoye like as well, right?
Yeah,
just a bruiser.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so number 7, I'm going to stay on the running back front. I feel like my draft is almost all Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm going to go 73 Topps. I'm going to go Franco Harris.
Yeah.
A pretty cool card. He's just on the sideline in like a wool beanie. You don't see that kind of look on a card too often.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
card is not as good looking as some of the other cards. I feel like not the great portrait,
Right.
Peyton, OJ, classic portraits, but pretty good value. Not, I mean, definitely a tier below some of the other cards, but 2,700 in a PSA 9. I think like 180 in a PSA 7 for a rookie.
Yeah.
So affordable in the 7 for
Definitely
sure.
affordable considering what we've come up with in some cases. So,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to quarterback. So, my number 8 or the number 8 pick is Ken Stabler.
Ooh,
I
the
like
snake.
that. The snake. Just because I like his kind of the story. And I feel like, the further away you get from, like, the more it's kind of like, Andre the Giant, like stories about him. How he crushed like 100 beers in one sitting type of thing. Like I just feel like
Is that Stabler or is that George Brett?
Jordan Brett too. I'm just saying there's a lot of people like that have this
Okay.
growing
Allure.
kind of allure,
A legend.
a tale that goes longer than actually probably what that actually has happened. But,
Yeah.
I just think Stabler's a cool guy. He's a Raiders, kind of just like back when the Raiders were kind of cool too. Not that I guess the Raiders were kind of cool in the 80s and stuff too, but like they had that. I feel like didn't they have Alzado and a couple other like just like nasty players. Just much like the Steelers. I guess everybody's a lot nastier in the 70s, but
Yeah, it was a nastier game for sure.
so Stabler at a 9 is I would think somewhat affordable. I show $1,300, so as an average, maybe it's probably a bit of a range.
I got the same, and then at a 7, $200, 170 average on a 7 for Stabler.
Yeah.
So
again, like some of these would be fun to just collect because they're not, breaking the bank type of thing. Players that don't really mean a whole lot to me. I don't know if you feel this way too. I don't care if they're a 6 or a 8. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal in my life. In that, some cards I really loved or something, obviously I think a Walter Payton at a 9 is a steal, honestly, at $5,000. But I guess it's just somebody out there. But I would rather have a Walter Payton and a 9. And if somebody showed me a Payton and a Bradshaw and a 9, I probably would pick the Payton for sure.
I think most people would, right? Even though not knowing the rarity of the grade.
Exactly.
I think most people would prefer the Payton for sure. All right, good pick. Number 9. We're on number 9, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go 1977 tops. A little bit later. I'm gonna go Steve Largent rookie card.
Yeah. Let's see. I was like, there's only one I had on there, but yeah.
Yeah, 1970, and this is definitely a very affordable card.
Yep.
Again, we're getting the late 70s, so we got a PSA 9 as a average 470 for a PSA 9, and a 7, $70, $60 for a 7. That's super affordable.
Yeah, absolutely. And a player that I remember growing up, he really did come into the, he was a significant player in through the 80s, probably almost late 80s, I would say. He probably played for at least 10 years, I would assume. It was very dominant, but I feel like gets overlooked a lot these days, not really talked about as being one of the best, receivers. Yeah. But he doesn't have the most incredible stats, but I think he's, certainly one of the most dominant receivers back then during that time.
Nobody did, right, in the late 70s, early 80s until Jerry Rice later on.
Right. True. Good one. Okay. So he was on my list for sure. You've really been, there's just so many, there's a lot of people in this zone, right? There's not a ton of, players. So it's really kind of who you like.
Yep.
I'm going to go, might as well finish off with another Steeler. I'm going to go 1976, number 10, 1976, Jack Lambert. So I just again, more of the allure of him.
Yeah.
And
a beast of a hitter.
Yeah. Like the no front teeth and stuff, like all of that. Actually, not a huge player. He looks bigger than he is because he, had those giant shoulder pads and everything.
Yeah.
I think he was only 220 pounds or something like that, maybe. And even, back then, linebackers were even kind of bigger. He may have even been smaller than that. But, I when I think back and we used to watch, I'm sure you watched a lot of NFL films when they, back when they were showing kind of like the greatest hits, or like I can't remember who was the announcer,
Like NFL Crunch Course, that kind of video. I don't know
that,
the
but like the guy who was a famous voice of that.
John Facenda.
Is that who it is? Okay.
Yeah. He's a voice of NFL films.
Okay. I just remember I can like hear his voice talking about like Jack Lambert and stuff. So
yeah,
that'll be another one I'll probably pick up.
He even looks in mean on that card.
He does. Yeah.
I feel like I pulled in one of my breaks on didthecards.com. I pulled a Lambert.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
He looked older than, I don't know what he was in his rookie year. I mean, I think some of the players are probably older than they are now. They're not a lot of 19-year-olds, I think, that were playing in the 70s, but
plus I will say, I feel like a lot of those early football sets, there were not huge checklists. And I feel like a lot of rookie cards, they maybe a defensive player didn't have a card each year. So maybe their rookie year might've been 3 years in as far as card goes.
Right. But I mean, like Jack Lambert looked all the part of a 40-year-old dad at that point.
Yeah.
He's losing his hair.
He's intimidating. He's intimidating in that photo.
had a bit of a scowl to it. So
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other great cards in there too. That's our top 10. But I think, we could do
We'll list a few honorary mentions. And the one I'll say that ChatGPT actually gave me this guy above OJ.
Oh,
and
really?
I had this rookie card, and I hated this rookie card as a kid. Even though I owned it, I hated this player, Tony Dorsett.
Yeah, he was on my list. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that was iconic, even though I owned it. And, Dallas, I couldn't draft a Dallas Cowboy.
I got you. I do think he was a bit underrated as a player back then. I mean, he kind of fell like right before. I mean, not right before, but like he was a pretty big player. I mean, he was talked about in the same context as Walter back then, but didn't have a career, certainly, I don't think.
I feel like he had a shorter career. I feel like he went up until like Herschel Walker got to the Cowboys, and then he sort of faded away.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, really?
I was going to say Herschel Walker I want to say Herschel Walker was like mid 80s, right? Wasn't he? Like 84, 85, somewhere in there?
I think so. Yeah.
So,
yep.
But he was pretty good. I mean, certainly. As long as like you get like Dan Fouts and stuff too, he was in there. He has I remember him kind of being him and Winslow were quite the pairing back then.
Lynn Swann, another Steeler, and we couldn't have a whole Steeler draft
exactly
because this is not the most iconic Steeler rookie cards.
Right. You probably could do that though, honestly.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do that in the future, like specific, the best players on teams.
We will. We'll definitely do that. Eagles number one.
As soon as you said it, you were like, "Oh, we're gonna do it." Yeah.
My last one, which we didn't. This is honorary mentions, but this is a player that was like one of the most had significant longevity and was one of the greatest receivers for a long time, but it's sort of forgotten because of Jerry Rice and all the great receivers that came after. But James Lofton had a super long career, a great receiver for a long time. But that's
almost my late 80s. Is that
79?
Late 7.
Yep.
The other guy I had too, just because I like to throw players that actually, I don't think you can do this all the time, but have a career after football as well too. So we'll go with but Bubba Smith was on my list too. If you remember him from also a Detroit Lion, but like kind of very famous acting career after that was in Police Academy. I think he was on like maybe not Silver Spoons, but he was on something. He was on.
I think was he Married with Children a lot?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he was always showing up. He's an imposing figure.
Yeah.
But apparently a very nice guy. But yeah, he was 1970. You can get a PSA 9 for 130. So Bubba might be coming home.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. He might be coming home soon.
Is he a line on the card?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, you gotta get that.
Yeah. I totally forgot because I have collected a lot of lions, like, obviously Alex Karras and Joe Schmidt, all these guys and stuff like that. But I forgot about Bubba. There's not a ton of lions you could be picking back then.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you got to get that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good list. And that was our honorary mentions after the top 10. But without further ado, let's get into this set break rip here.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe you'll give me what do I want out of this? Not 76. Maybe you can get me a Bubba Smith 76.
Is he a 76 rookie?
I don't know. no, he's a 70.
Okay. All right. So like we said, how's my audio, Andy?
Good.
So 14 cards per box, guaranteed 2 Hall of Famers. And I will say, I mean, we might miss the Hall of Famers, like if they're Hall of Famers or not.
Yeah.
Some of those, like if it's like a coach or somebody or an offensive tackle, we might not know all of them.
Good point. Was it like Jack Lamb was? I mean, there's so many other Steelers too. You probably Jack Ham. Sorry. All right.
Yeah.
No,
The wrong animal.
yeah. It's true. Pretty funny. Finally said something funny.
I gotta figure out how to open this box.
My guess, you said it says 2 Hall of Famers.
Yep.
It's either going to be a Cowboy or a
Steeler.
Steeler.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
not a hard guess.
All right. I'm gonna try to
Do you remember what this cost for the set break?
I don't remember. I think it was like 60 or 80 bucks.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
I'm not sure how these cards are in here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of paper here, but man, they really wrap these guys well.
Are there any are they all none of them are cased up? Will they case them if they're really good or not? I mean, if
I don't know, but I'm gonna use a baseball stars this cartridge here as a shield.
Totally makes sense.
All right, let me do one other thing here. All right. You see that well?
Yep.
First card, Stu Voigt, Minnesota Vikings.
All right. You remember to look these guys up and see if they're Hall of Famers?
Yeah, can do that.
Stu Voigt.
I assume Stu's not, but I could be wrong.
Stu Voigt for the Vikings. Played for 11 seasons, though.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah. Does not look like he was a... Yeah. He's one of the 50 greatest Vikings, though, so that's good to know.
Yeah. All right. Card 2. Ron Johnson, Giants.
Okay.
Nice head of hair on him.
Ron Johnson.
Did rush for 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards. So he was a good running back.
Yeah, out of Detroit, Michigan. He was a first-team All-Pro in 1970. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. Pretty good player.
Yeah.
Rushed for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, not too shabby. All right. Card 3. Oop, it's backwards.
Is that Seattle? Okay. Cornerback.
Seahawks, Eddie McMillan. He looks like he could play today. I mean, he just got like a modern look to him. I think Torrey Smith.
Okay, Eddie McMillan. They're not a big Wikipedia on him.
Oh no,
no, but he did play for 6 years.
Okay,
not a whole lot on him though.
Okay,
Quarterback for 7 years. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna go this way because the other way was showing the name first.
Oh,
the checklist. Tampa Bay Buccaneers checklist.
I don't think they may. Oh, I hope they don't have a Hall of Fame player on there.
Yeah,
count that. How do you feel about checklists? I hear some people do love checklists because they're trying to, for completing the set sometimes.
For set builders, they are rare. I mean, they're rare unchecked, not necessarily rare, but a lot of them are checked off. So a lot of them are.
Yeah, and graded. I think they're hard to grade too. I think from what I've seen.
All right, card. I don't know. I lost track of numbers, but we got a Brown. Steve Holden.
He also looks like he's. I mean,
yeah, he could play now.
He's got a little model vibes there. Doing blue steel.
I'm assuming he's not a Hall of Famer because he was catching 300 yards each year.
No, he
So
was not, unfortunately.
Not Hall
He
of Fame numbers there.
looks like he played, yeah, off and on. Had a total of 927 total yards receiving. So
Yeah, I mean that's respectable, Steve, but not our Hall of Famer here.
yeah.
Checklist again,
Oh,
checklist. Green Bay Packers checklist. All right,
you got another.
come on, 2 checklists.
You got another game on top of that.
I do, yeah, because when
I
you
know.
would have seen the other cards.
I got you.
What do we got here? Got a Redskin.
Redskin.
Brad Dusek or
Dusek, I think. Yeah.
linebacker.
He was not a Hall of Famer. He had 4 total interceptions. He had 3 touchdowns, though. It's kind of impressive.
You know, it's pretty cool. I've never noticed this on 76 Tops, but they've guessed the mystery Redskin, and they give you a clue. I was the NFL rookie I was the rookie of the year in 1964, and you have to see the other Redskin player cards for more clues. So I never noticed that before.
That is interesting. Well, we didn't collect a whole lot of these cards, I don't think.
No. All right.
Dolphins.
Don
Don
Strock.
Strock. He
Became after Bob Greasy.
Okay, Super Bowl champion. I don't know that he was a Hall of Famer, though.
Okay. It's just the name we all know, but yeah.
Yeah, he was a Super Bowl champ, but and a Dolphins Walk of Fame, but I don't see him as anything else. He did coach quite a bit too, so that was the other thing.
Yeah. Andy, who is the only quarterback to throw for over 40,000 yards? And this was as of 1976.
It's probably like Unitas or somebody.
You nailed it, Johnny Unitas. I'm shocked.
Look at me go.
Shocked.
You know, I got it in me.
I'm shocked and I'm kind of disappointed.
And I got it. You thought you were hoping I was going to get it wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to hope you're going to guess like a running back. All right, here we go. Another Brown.
Ooh,
Hugh McInnes.
Hugh McInnes. I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a running back.
I think we would know. I would say we would have a good idea. An offensive player, Hall of Famer.
Unless you're a lineman. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't be a Hall of Famer.
He was not. He was a great Cup champion.
Unless somebody,
he played on the. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so he played for the Calgary Stampeders. Then he played for the Cleveland Browns and Seahawks. And he went back to the Canadian Football League to play for the BC Lions.
Huh. There you go. He's a Lion.
There you go. Not the line I'm looking for.
Next card, we got a Patriot. Brady McRae. Oh, I'm sorry. Prentice McRae.
I can't see the name, so you might want to hold him up a little bit.
Can't see the name? Prentice McRae. I can't imagine he's a Hall of Famer, but
yeah, I can't even find him. So
okay. All right.
You gotta be hitting your Hall of Famer soon, right?
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of it here.
Maybe they put him in the back for you.
All right. Next card.
Another Patriot.
Again. Tony McGee.
Okay. I feel like I have heard of him, but maybe not. Maybe it's a different one.
He has no stats, so this might be a rookie card.
No, 71 was his rookie year. Well, maybe it's his rookie card, but he's a Super Bowl champ. He's an all 70s team for the New England Patriots, but not a Hall of Fame.
Okay. I mean, I remember rip me off on the set break. We got next card. Got a
Cowboy. Colt.
Jim Sharuski.
Cannot.
Shayunsky. Yeah.
Okay. Jim Shayunsky.
He had an interception record.
9
Could be on.
interceptions. He was taken in the 12th round. Did not play that long. See, he played from 68 to 76. I guess he played for 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be, right?
No. How many cards do you have left?
Are there even 2 cards left? Oh, there's 2 cards left. All right. So
These have to be your Hall of Famers, I think, right?
unless we missed one. I mean, yeah. All right.
Unless, if they counted the
checklist.
Checklist, that'd be brutal.
Got a Cardinal. Roger
Yeah.
Worley. All right, that's him. All
He's
right,
definitely.
quarterback. Yeah.
I think I have his autograph, actually. He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yep. And he's an All-Pro the year before this. For the back end. The back end was Tecmo basketball.
All right. Okay. Oh, this is going to be like it's probably Jim Brown card. Or somebody. No,
Charlie Taylor. There
okay.
All right. Redskin. All right. It didn't hit the Walter Payton.
It did not, but
we did get Jim Chiunsky. Who's the next best name?
Charlie Taylor's 8-time Pro Bowler.
Impressive.
Let's say he was. Doesn't even say he's in the Hall of Fame, honestly, but
is he not?
I don't know. Maybe this. No, I'm sorry, he wasn't. Yeah, I do see it now.
Okay, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there we have it. No Walter, but still a fun set break there.
Definitely. Those were always cool. A little blast from the past. All seem to be in pretty good shape, too, actually.
Yeah, pretty clean. I'm usually at sportscards.com. I've done a lot of set breaks from them. We did hit a mantle out of one of those set breaks. I did one of those. I ripped one of these 76 top set breaks on dibthecards.com as part of a break where I do vintage and modern mixed. And we hit a Jack Ham rookie card on that break.
Oh, did we? I can't remember that.
Yeah, I think it was, went to Hawkeye Mike, who was a Steelers fan. So that worked out.
Worked out well.
But yeah, there we have it, guys. Top 10 list. We'll have some more of these. We're going to do baseball. We're getting into the football playoff season, so we wanted to stick to football a little bit here, but we'll do all sports and we do some team ones. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of rip videos coming out on this channel, and stay tuned for This Week in Sports, which comes out every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. We're going to delve into some like trendy news topics in the sports card world and some non-sport card world.
Yep.
Topics.
Yeah, stuff that's coming out, stuff that's just come out, both cards to look for, packs to get, all that good stuff.
We're going to review some boxes we've opened. We're going to talk about interesting sales of the week across, not our sales, but other people's sales. So you don't want to miss it. A good time. Good time for all.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Oh.
Rips and Brews, card rips, beer sips. Rips and Brews, featuring vintage sport flips and king of pennants. Pennants, 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 pennants. Rips and Brews, card rips, beer sips. Rips and Brews, featuring vintage sport flips and king of